Hey everyone, I've just found the best park up. Check this out.
It's the same old sound in the same old town. I wake up early with a sigh. The morning breaks to leave behind the night I need to get me by. Safe and lonely. It's the same old sound for days to come. I close the blinds and carry on. I'm not afraid to stay away. What comes around can stay unfound.
So I thought I'd try something a bit different today. I have to confess, I've been having quite a hard time finding park ups recently, and kind of blaming you guys. Not really, I'm myself to blame. I tend to overthink things sometimes, and because I'm wanting to make these videos and or vlogs, should we say, I'm kind of overthinking that the park up needs to be awesome, and that just isn't the case. With Vanlife, it's not always a luxurious park up. It can't be. It can't be. This, especially in England. I mean, maybe in Spain, Portugal. Yeah, there's guys out there that are having a whale of a time finding these amazing park ups every single day. But here in the UK, it's a very different story. And to be fair, I've done all right today. Looking forward to showing you guys what I've done, but I've done something a little bit different. So what I've done this evening is I've used Park for Night, and I've not actually been that lucky with Park for Night. I think it's just the area that I kind of roam in. I haven't been finding very good park ups, but I've gone a little bit further afield today. Okay, it's 25 minutes away from where I need to be tomorrow. First thing in the morning, I've got an appointment at 8 o'clock, so a bit of a mish in the morning, but it's worth it, because check this out.
It's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you.
So before I go and make my dinner, I'm going to have a little wander around the town, because as I came in, there's an awesome looking church. You know I love a church.
Just feel so lucky. Can't believe you love me. I hope it never ends. Let's be more than friends.
Honestly, it's such a quaint little village, just in the middle of nowhere. It's brilliant. Right next door to the pub as well. It's always a bonus.
So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you.
Wait till you see this really old house. It's like the house that Jack built, is it? The wonky one?
Still can't believe you love me.
like my whole channel is just going to be about me walking around graveyards and things, isn't it? And I promise that's not going to be the case. But this is an exception. This is a really gorgeous church. I'll have to get back to the van and have a look and see if it's haunted. The most quaint little village. It's gorgeous. This is very classic British countryside, really, isn't it? So I'm just round the corner from Henley. So if anyone doesn't know about Henley, that's famous for its boat racing, and it's Henley-on-Thames. It's right on the river, and it is a very, very gorgeous looking little town, village, town. So I'm right on the cusp of Oxfordshire, Buckinghamshire, and Berkshire. So it's where all three counties meet. And I don't know if this is being picked up on the mic, but can you hear the sheep? I hope it's not like some sort of slaughterhouse or something going on over there, but the sheep are going crazy. So I'm actually going to go back to the van and cook my dinner because I've had quite a long day today working. Had quite a lot on, but this was too good an opportunity really to not come out and have a little look at the countryside. Absolutely love it here. Park for Night has delivered.
I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night.
I think I just found yet another reason to come back here tomorrow. Check this out. Free beer. So this isn't actually a free car park. It's cost £5 for 24 hours. Wasn't expecting that, but I'm not going to quibble at that. I think that's really reasonable for where it is, just to feel a little bit safer, to have permission to be here for 24 hours. Like I say, there was another van in here, but they've gone. Probably just dog walkers actually. But as you can see, look how empty the field is. Could you even see where Flo was?
Every single day, yeah. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you.
I'm loving the drama in the clouds this evening. Looks awesome. So I have this little pet niggle that makes me never want to cook pasta in my van, because I always say that van life cooking can be way more exciting than just boring old pasta. But today, deep down, I genuinely have a reason for cooking some boring plain old pasta. I got caught up at the office I was working at today, and I said I'd hang around and wait for some things to be collected. The guy took ages to turn up, and I thought, while I'm here, sitting in the car park, I need to knock up some dinner because I'm so hungry. I hadn't had any lunch. So I knocked up some boring plain old pasta. But I did put some broad beans in there, some multicoloured tomatoes, some olive oil. I used some of that Shiraz basil that I've been growing. That I don't know if you've seen that on the Vanlife Eats channel. Sophie and I picked up some Shiraz basil. It's just like normal basil really, but it's a bit stronger. Smells a lot more fragrant. It's really nice. So I've put that in my boring old pasta.
Full stop. Can't believe I live in your thoughts. I think about you all the time, morning, evening, and midnight. Such a wonderful delight. Forgo.
So today feels a little bit different to my recent van life experiences. In fact, all my van life experiences, it's so rare that I actually get a really nice park up with a nice backdrop and be able to have the door open. This is the big thing for me, having the door open. You just don't get to do that. When I've parked up around my realm, you can't. I'm more stealth than anything else. I don't want anyone to see me. Keep myself to myself. I mean, it's obvious someone's in here. I mean, I've got the curtains, I've got flowers in the window, plants. But to actually be here and have these doors wide open, it's pretty luxury.
So slow, hold you in my arms, won't let go. The world around can pass us by, thunderstorm, a lightning strike, as we hold each other tight.
So the van's a bit more like it is on a daily basis now. What a mess. But I can't be bothered to tidy it. I keep promising to do a proper van tour, which I will actually do. I might even make that my next video. I'm definitely going to be spending as much time outside the van tonight as long as I can. I am getting eaten alive by midges. I've got tomato seeds in my teeth as well. Today, like I said earlier, feels like a very different van life experience to what I've experienced before. And just having this view outside my door, I feel like I'm parked up in the middle of nowhere. Okay, yeah, I'm in a car park and I've paid for the parking space. Excuse me. But it feels more wild. It feels more, I feel a lot more relaxed. I think this really is kind of as close as you can get when you live in such a built-up area to actually having wild van life camping. But today is courtesy of Park for Night, and I have to admit I've got a kind of very Marmite feeling for Park for Night. I love the idea, but when I've got to the park ups, I quite often find they're just not a viable park up. It's rubbish. But today, as I said before, it's really paid off. It's brilliant. This is a spot on parking space. So actually, whilst I was driving here, I had all intention of showing you a little book that I've come across, and I mean you're all going to have heard of it, but I decided to invest in the Brit Stops manual. So if no one knows what Brit Stops is, I'd be surprised. So it's basically a book on all the pubs and farmland that in the UK where they allow you to park. Now some of the time, as you can see here, it says phone ahead. It says that quite often, but it tells you the different facilities there are, if it's dog friendly, rubbish. Some of them actually say they've got grey waste disposal as well, which I don't fancy taking my tanks into the pub and emptying them in the sink if that's what they're getting at. But yeah, the idea behind this was that I can just have a bit more variety of places that I can go. As I said before, I do kind of roam in a very built-up part of the UK. I'm in Surrey, Greater London. I'm lucky to be able to head into Berkshire quite a lot. Berkshire's nicer. There's definitely some nice places, but I tend to find there's nothing on Park for Night. But there are a handful of little pubs, and it just opens up the doors to a few more options of where I can sleep. and park up nice and safely and move around a little bit more. Definitely not something I usually do, especially when I'm parked up in a place where I worry that I might get moved on. But I feel so safe here. I think it's fine to have a nice little cup of wine in my collapsible teacup. But to be honest, I can't be trusted with wine glasses in here. I have smashed 2 that I've had in here so far, and I swore I wouldn't bring any more in because it's a nightmare to clean up. Cheers. So I apologise that I ramble on a little bit, and the theme of this video has gone in 2 or 3 different directions today, but I'm going to continue talking a little bit about park-ups. And I think there's a lot of misconception to, particularly at the moment, you kind of hear of, I mean, everyone seems to have a friend who wants to buy a van and convert it and work remotely. Things have changed so much, and I think there's so much misconception of what it's actually like living in a van. I mean, there's a handful of different lifestyles of van life. To me, I have clients that I work with in particular areas, and I have to pay regular visits to them. I also, more importantly, have my children, and I have my girlfriend Sophie, which I talk about a lot. You know, that's the way I live my van life. I visit my children, visit my girlfriend, and then for most of the week I'm on my own in here, and I like it that way. I get my own space, my own freedom, but it comes at a price, because park-ups, again, there's hardly any park-ups around. It's quite a struggle to find somewhere to park. I'm continuously thinking, where's the next place to park? Where am I going to park tonight? I don't want to keep parking in the same spots, and I don't want to park outside people's houses and in residential streets, and I hate that. That makes you feel crap. But you know, when you find somewhere like this, it's nice. It's so refreshing. It gives you a very clear head, and I know that if I stay here tomorrow and do my work, I'm gonna love it. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna have the door open, have my music playing, probably sit here in my chair, laptop on my lap, and I'll get loads done because I'll be clear-headed. But these park-ups are few and far between. They really are. And yes, they do exist, and you speak to other van lifers and they'll talk about, oh, I never had a problem parking. And to a certain level, I get that. When I had my VW T4, Betsy, I could park in car parks with height restrictions. There was always somewhere to park. But since I wanted a van that I can stand in, that has written off a lot of parking spaces, a lot of park-ups, a lot of night parking. I just can't do that anymore. I think that's something you really need to think about if you are thinking of converting a van. To me, I feel it's worth the sacrifice, because there's only so long you can actually be crawling around on your knees in a van, brushing your teeth on your knees, cooking your dinner on your knees. It just gets draining, and it's a very small space. If you've got a VW van with the roof popped up, it's a little bit obvious you're camping in there, so you can't really do the stealth thing. So there's pros and cons to both different types of vans, but I think so many people are on Instagram scrolling through, seeing all these amazing, particularly Scotland at the moment. There's amazing park-ups in Scotland. It's completely legal to park wherever you want to in Scotland. That's not the case here in England, and it never has been the case. It's always been illegal to reside in your van. Recently they've clamped down on it because a lot of tourists have gone out in their motorhomes and in their vans, and they've left a mess, and that isn't what us van lifers do. I mean, seriously, so many van lifers have got one of these in their van. Maybe not one with a droopy problem like me, but that's we're very respectful, I think. I mean, we want a nice park up. We don't. I've pulled up at places. I pulled up by the river again in Walton actually last week, and I was looking for somewhere to park, and I did a little loop of an island on the Thames, and when I did the first lap, I couldn't make up my mind, and I thought I'll do one more lap. So I went back round again, and in that time, literally 3 minutes, someone had emptied the back of a van of rubbish from some sort of clearance job, and they just tipped it all over the lane where I was going to park, and it just looked awful. Way too big a job for me and my little picker. I had nowhere for it to go. But the point is, it was full of rubbish and full of crap, and I didn't want to park there anymore. So, we don't all leave a mess, but that's another story. So I think my point is with the park ups is I'm struggling. I struggle to find park ups. My hands are down, and I actually find it really challenging to find a good place to park. That's why I downloaded the Park for Night app. I've downloaded the iOverlander, and I have the Brit stops book, and in my mind that just gives me a fallback, somewhere to go should I not be able to find anywhere. So I do struggle, and I don't want people to believe that they can just buy a van, convert it, and they're just going to head off and find it easier. It's not easy, I don't think, anyway. And that's kind of the purpose of my channel, really, is to just push myself a little bit to find this spot. I probably, in fact, without a doubt, excuse me, I would have been parked up outside my client's warehouse tonight. Without a doubt, I'll be there. But no, I just stepped out of my comfort zone, and look how much it's paid off. This is awesome. Actually feels like van life. So it's well cool out there. The sky does look amazing. I can't really pick it up on the camera, but you can hear owls and sheep. The sheep actually are quite annoying. They're very loud, but yeah, it's nice out. It's just there's not a lot to do out there. Yeah, it's just one of those evenings, really. Not a lot to do. I'm going to read my book and get an early night. So I'll see you guys in the morning.